So 4-2 in back-to-back years, like you heard on the broadcast. Maybe you want to pull back on those pedals, or maybe you want to go all the way in. You have just checked in with us right here on the official Bears Postgame Live, brought to you by United Airlines. I'm Cole Wright, alongside the familiar face. It's Coach Wannstedt. And, Coach, this is Domination Station from the very beginning of this one for the Bears to rattle off 4 straight wins. Plenty of wind in their sails right now, huh?
Absolutely. You know, in the NFL, we used to always say momentum. I'm sure it's that way in any sport.
Sure.
You know, but I know, speaking with the NFL, it's critical that whenever you do get the momentum, that you ride it as far as you can. I mean, and obviously if things go bad, you got to get it turned back again. So momentum is a big thing. Why is it that way? Because it helps with your preparation, Cole. When you are winning games and you're feeling good and you're making strides, and sure, there's a lot to work on, absolutely. Sure. But guys come in and those aches and pains aren't quite as bad. Everybody's willing to watch a little bit more film, stay a little bit later. Every little bounce in your step on the practice field. Players are a little bit more coachable to criticism. So there's a lot of factors that help your football team grow when you have the momentum like the Bears do.
Well, not as much widespread criticism when you're able to have 4 takeaways in this one, winning the takeaway battle 4-1, and more times than not, that's going to win you a ball game, won't it?
Oh, absolutely. And you got to count the fourth down stop. You know, so we stopped them once on downs.
Huge.
So that's, to me, in my mind, I would always look at that as a
good
turnover,
as a takeaway,
right? So we got 4 takeaways, and we stopped them once on 4th down. That's taking the ball away from without them kicking the football 5 times.
Defense eating good today. They were eating with those giant forks and spoons that you see hanging on people's walls, right, Coach?
And they were aggressive today. From the very first series, you know, and I know I've said this before, this is what I saw at practice. This is what I've seen over the years with Dennis Allen's defense. 4, 5, 6, 7 guys at the line of scrimmage. How many are coming? Majority of the time it's going to be 4 or 5. But we don't know that until the ball's snapped. And, you know, there's an old thing with playing defensive football. I used to tell my guys all the time, when you are playing fast, when everybody's playing fast and everybody's playing hard to the football, you come up with turnovers. And there it is right there, Cole.
15 takeaways.
That's
in a
crazy.
4-game span.
That's crazy.
7 over the last 2 games. Coach, is this team finally starting to find their identity under Ben Johnson? You look around the league, and it normally takes about 4, 5, 6 weeks to find out what a team really is. But obviously, this is the 4th win of the season for these Chicago Bears, a week 7 of this NFL season. Are we finding out who the monsters of the Midway are?
Yes, we definitely are. And I think that's the biggest thing for Ben. You know, and let me just I want to make one more point on the turnover things. You know, we got turnovers today because there was pressure. We got turnovers today, a ball got deflected. The last turnover we got interception, it was a zone coverage, rush 4, and the ball bounced up in the air. And Edmonds, because Terrell Edmonds was chasing the ball as hard as he could, he wasn't going to knock the pass down. All of a sudden, the ball's there and he intercepted. So you can get these turnovers a lot of different ways. At the end of the day, guys got to be playing as hard as they can to give yourself a chance. Back to your thing about growing, you know, the biggest thing I see, Cole, is with the offense and with DeAndre Swift. He's having a phenomenal year. And, you know, and I've said this all along, I'm not sure about his being a inside runner. I'm talking about a downhill runner. But when you play that outside zone play, everything gets moved. The gaps get moved. And he's got an uncanny ability to break it across the grain and feel that soft spot. And I'll tell you what, his durability, this is a tough guy. He is getting hit because when he turns up the field, he's going full speed. And when those guys are making contact with him, I'm telling you now, it's collision on top of collision. So, I mean, my hat's off to DeAndre Swift. This is a tough guy and a productive guy. And you asked me about growing as a team. This is one area that I've seen Ben Johnson grow. He knows what DeAndre Swift does best. And once you know what a player does best, now you can drop the plays that are going to give him a chance to be the most successful. And so I see this run game area with Swift and Ben and the offensive coaches. I think that game that part of the game is real nice. How the pace at that thing is maturing.